Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. My name is Craig from Video Juice. We are back with another episode of Castlevania, episode 2. On the last episode of Castlevania, we got up to speed with what happened in the 6-week gap between season 3 and 4. Basically, Treffy and Sypha were just trying to stop loads of different cults and monster groups, tried to resurrect Dracula. Yeah, and we got an update with Alucard. He has added more people to the pikes outside of his outside of the castle. Some of them were monsters, and then some body rolled up asking for his help at the end. Some dead guy with a note in his hand, and then we got introduced to 2 new characters, 2 vamps. One of them was one of Dracula's earliest followers, he said. I didn't quite get his name, Fawny or something like that. There's a nest nearby, so I assume they're going to be the antagonists, at least for the start of Treffy and Sypha's journey in this season. And they're back in, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Targovist? I can't remember. The place where Lisa was burned and where this whole mess started at in the first episode of season 1. So that was pretty much it. It was a phenomenal opening to this season. It was good. It was just good. It positioned people around again. I liked the 6-week jump. It showed each week, 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 4. I think I did each week, right? Or I did most of them anyway. And then everyone just trying to resurrect Dracula was funny, and Sypha seems to be getting a little bit more kind of broken down, She's acting more like Treffy, and so is Alucard. He commented on it at the end of the last episode, which was very funny. So yeah, I am excited for this episode, and I'm going to just jump in and watch it. Let's check it out. I forgot to mute my phone. The second I said it, I got an alert. Oh, we're getting an update with Hector. At least he gets to walk around now. It's better than his position for most of last season. His position is a lot better than last season, which I talked about at the end of last season. It's the best situation the best outcome of the situation that he was in. I suppose he would have pretty much free reign over the castle in daytime, right? Because all the vampires would be asleep. It's a good alternating shift they have. What is this?
Seems you will have to identify and secure the precise location of his death. By which I mean the exact spot on the floor. Now, show me the map of hell you told me about. Or I'll tell her what you've been doing with her shoes.
That face. Oh, so Hector's scheming then. He's trying to find out Dracula's death location and where he is in hell, right?
Diplomacy and negotiations, these are things of the past now.
Which makes you a thing of the past, and that is bothering you.
Look, my parents died when English soldiers climbed up the toilet chutes with knives in their teeth.
Oh.
I'd seen enough war before I was 5 years old, and
that'd be awful.
I will never be comfortable with the idea that the best way to end war is to kill most of the people and cage the rest.
It has to be made from scratch in a very particular way, or else it won't work.
Like a flute with no holes.
Right.
For fingering.
Well, you'd stand in front of me?
I've been doing it for weeks.
Yes, I suppose you have. Well, thank you.
So
you know what I'm going to say.
Is he just stalling?
Work faster.
Work faster.
Yes.
Yes, nothing will come out of the end.
Ugh, you're disgusting.
So is he just stalling? He obviously is up to something here, right? He must be just stalling. So he hasn't actually made an army yet.
He's stalling. He's too simple for that.
Yeah. There's a deviousness in him.
She's
Would
on
you
it
suspect a ragdoll of planning to steal your coin
straight
purse?
away.
To point out that you already have a nice castle? Why would you want his?
Doesn't teleport.
Because I take things away from stupid, evil old men. It's what I...
And it looks cool.
Will you be happy when you have all that?
Just look at this.
I don't think so. She's always gonna want more.
We could take the entire world for our own.
World domination. Could work.
Get some more power for myself, some more security for us. What I found was him and his people just fucking it up. And I saw right there, the world, Lenore.
She needs to take a chill pill.
And they will all be dead. I will have the world I want, Lenore. That will be enough. Having everything will be enough.
Having everything will be enough.
And all of that
Jesus.
will be dead.
Oh, is it his hammer?
I think he finished his hammer.
Can't stall forever. Too risky.
Look, it's even got an attractive window in the roof.
Perfect.
Up in the rafters.
Oh shit. That ain't no bird. Is this part of the nest? That, what was his name? Varney?
Try not to burn the barn down while we're in it.
I did that one time.
Oh, nice. He didn't give a fuck about that. Oh, she's got an ice spear. Are they just testing him? Oh, who the fuck is this? Oh, there's loads of them. Oh. They're just... Oh, nice. They're just fucking jaded. Beating him to death with a sack. Nice. Oh, did it get him? It did. Oh, that was cool. She expanded the ice. Cypher! Oh my god. That was terrifying. Oh, we've never seen Cypher miss this much. Oh. These things are resilient. Oh, he got fucked up. Was that his head? Oh my god. Scythe could work. Oh. Scythe could work very much. Oh, I spoke too soon. He fucked the other bit at him. Oh, nice. You're not resilient against that, bitch. Oh, they both fucking saved each other. That was nice.
Thanks.
Oh, they bounced. Oh, they have full-on wings. I suppose they must be old as fuck if they were one of Dracula's earliest followers.
She was interesting.
You mean a little crazy?
What the fuck?
By trouble. We never do that.
Oh. Is that it? Oh, no. That was so short. I expected... Well, not really expected. I kind of wanted Isaac. I wanted an update on Isaac this episode. Yeah. So the stuff with Hector is interesting, man. Like, he's obviously... Or we're being led to believe he's scheming. How does that work? I thought the ring prevented him from betraying them. The slave ring. So how does that work? Like, is he able to... Like, does Lenore control the power of the slave ring? Like, can she ease off it a bit? Because he's like... Their relationship this season is such a contrast to the end of last episode. And it makes sense if Hector... As I said, if Hector wants this... If he wants to get some leeway and be able to wander the castle and do all this stuff like they've shown in this episode. He's gotta not resist, you know, because every time he resisted, he got the shit beaten out of him. He got a slave ring attached to him. Although he didn't really resist with that, he kind of jumped, dived right into Lenore. But how does that work? I assumed that he wouldn't be able to scheme and that he, not a zombie, but he was bound to them. He couldn't do anything to betray them, but he's putting stuff in cracks around the castle. He's talking to someone on one of the mirrors. He's apparently trying to find the location of Dracula's death, or the stuff that went down in I keep forgetting the name. Targovishta. And he's trying to get a map of hell. I assume he's going to try and bring Dracula back. Honestly, like, only judging purely from this episode and the fact that I think that Dracula might come back. I said this last season when the whole resurrection thing started to come up. I could see Hector being the one to bring him back. He would have the power if he can find the location and the map of hell. Maybe. Who would he be talking to? Who's he talking to in the mirror? Like, the only person that I would think of would be Isaac. But that's only because that's the only character that I know of in this that he has ties to, you know. But it could be just a random character. But it would be interesting if he was talking to Isaac and they were collaborating together, because Isaac is the only other person that I can see story-wise that has beef with Carmilla and the sisters. Primarily Carmilla, because she's the one that basically enacted the plan to take down Dracula. Now, she didn't deliver the final blow or anything, but it was her interference that caused everything to unfold the way it did, you know. So I can't really think of anyone else that would want to go against him. But again, it could be just a random character. It could be someone new. He was definitely stalling with the hammer. Yeah, I don't know. I hope everything goes this way. I didn't expect Hector to go against them, purely because I thought the rules of the slave ring meant that he could not. I thought that that's what that meant. So I thought that he was going to be... I thought when we got this little time jump and we went back to him, I thought he was going to be after starting an army and he was still bound to them and couldn't betray them or anything. But no. I like this way a lot better, you know. I think Lenore underestimating him is a bit silly, because he was... The thing that she said about... why would Dracula have him in his court if he was dangerous? I don't know if she's just naive or if she just doesn't realize that they were working together, you know? Or does she think that Dracula had him as a slave as well, as someone that was just working for him? I don't think she realizes that they were working together, you know? But yeah, it would be cool. It would be cool if he got to kill Lenore and some of the Carmilla sisters, but there's two of them away, right? Striga and... I can't remember the other one's name. Or was there only three? No, there was Striga, and there was Lenore, Carmilla, and there was another one. Marana, was it? But yeah, I could see. I hope Hector gets that a little bit, a little bit of revenge. It would be awesome. So I kind of liked, and I know the art style changed a little bit between season 3 and season 4, and I didn't notice it too much. I mean, I obviously noticed it, but I didn't notice any main character things. I kind of liked Lenore's old style for her, you know, for last season. It's not too different, but it's slightly different, and I kind of liked her old design. Not that her new one is bad, like, but she was the most notable change in character so far from season 3 and season 4. Carmilla's a little bit different as well, but it's not that noticeable. But I said I would mention that. Let me know if any of you guys agree. So Carmilla is losing her mind. She's losing her mind. She reminds me of Dracula trying to fucking take over the world, although Dracula wanted to burn the world, but it's the same type of deal, you know. She's just lost her mind. Her little monologue at the end was interesting. You know, even Lenore was kind of like, what the fuck? Yeah, I just hope she dies slow and painful. Although, how slow and painful can you die as a vampire? You're just... But it's going to be interesting to see where she goes this season. You know, like, I feel like they planted a few seeds here that Lenore might go against her, you know, saying that she didn't want world domination, she didn't want everyone to die, she didn't want everyone as slaves. So I don't know. I feel like they planted little seeds, but I would like what would be cool as an end point for them is if like I feel like the way she's treating Hector. What if Hector is like almost a backup plan, you know? Like, because she obviously has some sort of affection. I don't know if it's not good affection, but if it's a how do I explain this? Healthy, you know. But like, he could be our backup plan in terms of if she starts disagreeing with stuff, if shit goes the opposite way that she doesn't want it to go, she could take Hector and bounce, you know. And what would be interesting is if that happened and she was going to do that and then Hector just killed her, you know. Like, what if they're going to do that and then she's like, do you want to be with me? And he's like, yeah. And they're like, right, I'm going to take off your slave ring. And then he just fucking wastes her. That would be, it would be a good revenge moment, you know. But we're only episode 2. I shouldn't even be spitballing these mad theories because we're so far away from the end that anything could happen. But, yeah, like I liked getting, regardless of how insane she is, I liked getting Carmilla's motivations, you know. It makes sense, you know. They seeded it last season when they showed her backstory. I think it was her backstory last season when they showed what happened to her with her the old master, the vampire, the old guy who used to own the castle, you know. She hates old guys. She hates old guys in power. Yeah. She's cray. And then, yeah, it's Sypha and Treffy. They need a rest. It was hard seeing them get beat. Because I was only talking about it last episode. It's cool to see their power levels compared to just random monsters because they waste them. Like, obviously not with little effort, but us watching it looks like little effort, you know, because the monsters don't even nearly beat them. They always wipe the floor with them, and Sypha is always on point and accurate with her magic. And in this episode, you can see how jaded and how much of a break they need. Because they were getting owned. Had the what do they call them? The underground court of Targovishta. Had they not showed up, they were fucked. They would have got wrecked. But it's good to see that. I like that in shows. You know, we have these. They're obviously OP. Sypha and Treffy are OP. You know, and I like that about them. It shows the power level between them, and it shows the how powerful Dracula was. Because Dracula wiped the floor with them, but yeah, they wiped the floor with everyone else they encountered before that. But it's cool to see them be jaded and get tired and need a rest. You know, it humanizes them, and makes them seem mortal. You know, and it's interesting that Carmilla talks really big now that Dracula is dead. You know, she didn't talk about this shit. I feel like Dracula would have fucking destroyed her had they fought. You know, we haven't seen her properly fight anyone around her power level. We don't know what her power level is. Obviously, she must be more powerful than a regular vampire because of her age and that. But I feel like Dracula would have absolutely demolished her, even at his low power level in last season. Season before. Last season that happened. No, it didn't. Season 2, wasn't it? Yeah. Everything is blurring together. Yeah, so Underground Court of Targovishta, they just got wrecked. They all just died except for one. What was her name? Zamfir? I wrote it down. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'll catch you next episode. There's too much, not too much, but there's a lot of names and stuff, and they're always pronounced different. I'll get it next episode if they're in here next episode. I hope they're good, you know. They're in Targovishta, like... It could go either way. After what happened with the judge and shit last episode, and everyone in this show, not everyone, a lot of people in this show are dickheads. So I hope they turn out good. But we don't know a lot about them yet. But yeah, they fought well until they died. Most of them, I will say. And Varney and the guys, them growing the fucking like batwing things was badass as well. That was cool. I don't think we've seen that with a regular vampire yet. Like, I wonder, like, how does the vampire abilities work? I brought this up last season as well. I'd like to know how the vampire abilities works. Obviously, it's not needed. You don't need it in a show like this, but like it'd be cool if they tied it to like age or something. You know, like the older you get, the more the older you get, you grow these abilities. Because we saw, I can't remember her name. Was it Cho last season or the season before? And she was able to do turn herself into smoke and stuff, you know. And Alucard obviously has like the speed and stuff and can control a sword and shit. I don't know if that is directly tied to his vampire powers, but and Dracula obviously has some stuff as well. Yeah. The wings, the bat wings were cool. The bat wings were cool. And I talked about it last episode, or maybe I might have talked about it in the reaction, and I might have cut it. But I was saying like I was surprised that people were still living in Targovishta. I thought that place would have been abandoned after everything that happened there. And obviously they said in this episode they all ran down to the catacombs and lived down there because obviously the place was fucked. So that was interesting. So that's pretty much it from me, guys. Please let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comments below. Let me know. Did I get everything? Yeah. Let me know what you thought about everything. Let me know if you think if you think Lenore's character design is different. If you preferred this one or last season. I preferred last season. Again, I don't think it's bad, and it's not even that different. It's only slightly different because the art style in this season has changed a little bit. But yeah. Let me know what you thought about Carmilla's world domination, hating old man speech or monologue. And Treffy and Cypher getting owned. It was hard to watch. So yeah, so thank you so much, guys, again. We will be back next week with another reaction to Castlevania. Hit that like button. As I said, let me know what you thought about this episode in the comments below. And we'll see you next time. Later.
Pull me from the ashes so I could soothe your frightened mind and let our souls collide. Rising tide so we can ride away upon a tumbling wave.